Alright, welcome back. We're going to do a section on the menu, and specifically, actually menus, I should say, plural. But right now we have the main menu here, and then we have this small little menu in the footer. We can actually create multiple menus. By multiple, I mean if you want to have 15, 25 menus, you can do that, and you can actually easily do that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And what we want to go to first is under Appearance, and then Menus. Alright, now the first thing we're going to see is the main menu that I have right here, then a footer menu tab. Right now I'm viewing the main menu, but if I click the tab for footer menu, I'll see those couple of links. I think it's 4 of them, yep, 4, that we see right here in this section here, okay? Now, when you get this theme and you need to set it up, over here you're going to have a section for your main menu and your footer menu, depending on if you're setting this up yourself, someone else is setting this up for you. It depends on what you're going to have to do. You might get the theme delivered to you and you don't have to worry about this. However, if you are setting this up yourself and you have no menu here, nothing is set up, you're going to have to set up this section. Obviously the footer menu is up to you. If you don't want to set up a footer menu, you don't have to. But with that being said, once you create your menus, you need to set which menu is going to show up in the main menu, and if you decide to have a menu in the footer, which one goes there. I'm going to come back and circle around to this, so it's going to make a little bit more sense when I show you how to create a menu. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a menu, and I'm going to show you multiple different things that you can actually do with the menu that you create. So let's go ahead and do that. I may hit the plus sign for creating a new one. I'm just going to call this, let's see, video test. Alright, create this menu. Then as of right now it's blank, there's nothing in there. So obviously if I look at main menu, I got all these buttons and all this kind of stuff. But if I look at the one I just made, empty. It's not empty because we need to obviously add menus to it, and you can do that various different ways. First is a custom link, and basically a custom link is any kind of a link that's not made on your end from creating a page. So if you make a page like this section, or you made a blog post or something like that, you can add those to the menu, and we'll go over that in a second. Or you can actually create custom links. So maybe you want this to go to Google or whatever. You would put the Google link, you'd give it a name, if I can spell, as usual, and then you add it to the menu. So that's what I've done. I've given it a name. It tells me that's a custom. It lets me know that I've custom made this menu, and if I open this, I can see the information on it. All right. So let's just go ahead and close this. We'll keep that. Then if I scroll down, what I'm going to see is other different areas of the site that I can actually add to the menu. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and point something else out. If we look over here to the right, see the screen options? We can choose what we can pull pages from, or our menu items from. You really don't want to be pulling from sliding tabs and the homepage slider. So just go ahead and uncheck those, that way they're not confusing you. You could do tags if you wanted to, depending on if you're using tabs or not. That's up to you. And go ahead and close that up. So here we are. So here's our list. So let me go ahead and just grab a couple pages. So let's just say I made a new page, and what's going to do, let's just do these 3, I should say. Alright, there's my 4 little pages, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab one from, let's see, category. Let's do 2. And there they are. So first what I can do is I can drag and drop. So if I roll my mouse over this, I'll see that little grabber hand, and I can start rearranging. So I can move this thing around and change what order I want it in. And I can also open it, and since maybe this budget weddings is the actual name of the category, maybe I don't like that name, maybe I want to change that name, I could do that here. If you want to get rid of something, you just delete it or remove it, and it pulls it out of the menu system. You're not deleting it from your site, you're just removing it from the menu. Alright, let me go ahead and save and update. Now, when we first started this video, I started talking about this theme location section. this is where you would choose to set a menu. So like I said, if you're using this theme and you are the person responsible for creating these menus, at the time this thing would be blank. Once you create a menu, it will now show in this list. So now you'll see in this list I have main menu, footer menu, and then the test menu I just created. So you just simply select which menu you want to show up where. Easy enough, right? So that's the menu. So now let me show you one other quick thing before I move on to actually applying different menus to other sections of the site. If we go to the main menu, we'll see in the main menu that I have this drop down. Right, and we actually have a third level drop down. Where is it? Here it is, right here. Thought we had one. Apparently I'm losing my mind. Okay, alright, well, I guess now's the time to show you. But let me go ahead and show you how to set a drop down along with a third level menu. And this theme actually has a way to do that. And let's see. Oh, we do have that. Let's see. Hold on, let me see 1 second. Alright, I just needed to refresh my page, but I wasn't going crazy like I thought I was. Let me refresh. And if I go over to page templates, there's my third level. Okay, so how do we set up drop downs? And we can easily do this by actually dragging and indenting that particular menu item. So what we want to do is use the main menu as the parent, and then the ones below that as the children, so to speak. So right now, under features in page templates, we'll see that these are indented. So if you wanted the drop down to be under page templates like we have now, you would simply drag and drop and you would indent it. So if you can see when I'm moving this mouse, that I got this dotted line, this dotted horizontal box, and I can see that it moves when I move it over. See how that is? So when I go to push this thing up, it's going to show me where I can actually place it. So you see that? So all I got to do is drag and drop it and indent. And so you'll see that with the blog. Let me take members login and move it under blog. I'll go up and then over, and you'll see it indents over. And then if you wanted it to be a third level, you would just take it and then indent under that one. And then now you're creating a third level. So really easy to do. All right, so let me go ahead and talk to you about actually creating multiple menus, and actually why I said you can make as many as you want. If we go, for instance, to the front end and we look at the blog page, in the blog we actually have these widgets, and we can actually create menus. So you can actually create a custom menu if you want, and as many as you want. So maybe right now, like you'll see right here, is a custom menu. This is big, long one, a little bit long for me. So if I go to widgets, and then I come to the blog section, where are we? Here we are, blog. If I scroll down, I'll see custom menu right here. And then what I'll do is I'll actually change this from main menu to video. And the video is the new one, obviously, that I've created. So just like we added a menu to the footer or to the main menu, we can do the same thing here in the widget section. So if I save that and I refresh, I should now see the video test menu, which I do right here. Alright, so you can actually create multiple menus and then put them in different places. So if I go to, let me see, where are we? Page templates, that's left sidebar. I have this sidebar that is not the same blog sidebar. You can actually create multiple sidebars. I'm going to cover that in another tutorial. But you can actually create multiple sidebars, and with that idea, with that theory, you can actually create multiple menus, right? So right now, this left sidebar, I just have some categories, and I got a search box and some other stuff. So if I can find that sidebar, I can actually create a menu just for that sidebar that just shows up in that section or those pages that you assign to it. So if I go to, I think it's default, and then I add the custom menu over here, and I'm going to use the video test I did. Let's see, how about help menu be what I call it. Save this thing. Let's refresh, and there's my menu, help menu. So now I just created the menu and added it to this page. And as well as I can arrange it. Maybe I don't like this positioning of this, and I want this thing to be up here. Just drag and drop, let go. And if I refresh, it's now up here. So that you can do that with multiple sidebars, with your widgets, and just menus in general. I think it adds a lot of depth to your site and helping people navigate and get around. Two things before I end this tutorial. I'm going to do a tutorial completely on sidebars, actually creating the sidebars, and another video on actually working with the widgets, and that's these things. There's a lot of widgets and a lot of different things you can do on the site. So I have to dedicate tutorials just to those two areas. Okay, that'll do it.